Alrighty guys, welcome back. Of course, we're playing a bit of Boom Beach. Today's the 28th of October. It's a Volcano Terror Day. So let's go ahead and take him down with our 62 warriors. But first off, I'm trying to get the penultimate landing craft onto level 20. So let's go boost our resource rewards, which will really help us out. And there we go, like so. So that's all we're going to be boosting at the moment. I wouldn't be too surprised if we end up boosting something a little bit different later on as we progress. But let's go ahead and drop 2 boatloads over here on the left without even having too much of a look at what's going on. Go ahead and send 1 artillery onto these 3 warriors. Hopefully they move over to the left hand side, and they will not. So I'll go ahead and flare them away from that machine gun. Alrighty, all we want to really do over here is just collect as much gunboat energy as possible, so we can muck around with it a little bit later on. Now all of our guys are going to end up going to that machine gun, so it's not too much of a problem. Just offset a smoke to the left, because the damage it does will add up the closer we get to the machine gun. I mean, we can even smoke all the way there, and we've still got 96 gunboat energy. And all that you really need to shock with warriors are these cannons. So one of the bad things with the long smokes is that when you get your guys to the headquarters and you get them really early, it takes a long time for your smoke to wear off. So you're just sitting there for 14 seconds or so doing absolutely nothing, just waiting for the smoke to go. Can get very tedious very quickly if you manage to get to the headquarters quickly over multiple attacks. Alright, so over here we can go along the right hand side. To be honest, this one even seems maybe a little bit easier than stage 1. Maybe a bit. But what we're going to do is drop 2 boatloads yet again. And this time we're just going to flare straight onto the headquarters. I probably should have... And we'll also flare onto the headquarters. Or smoke the headquarters. Probably should have smoked maybe, or flared to the sniper tower and then onto the headquarters, but it don't make too much of a difference. And I'm hoping these sniper towers will all attack someone different, but I think the very left... Yeah, the very left warriors get attacked quite a bit, but thankfully with the amount of damage that 16 of my guys do is quite a bit. Alright, so that is stage 2 down. Let's get right into stage 1, of course. Oh, stage 3. If I know my arithmetic properly. It doesn't seem like I do. Alright. What's happening over here? So we're going along the right hand side, that's for certain. But I see 3 supplies right next to each other. Let's just check out the headquarters health. Still nothing really to worry about. 80 or so thousand health. So you guys that are low would have experienced the headquarters like that. So once you get to stages 6 and 7, the boosts really start adding up, and that's where the headquarters has a lot more damage or a lot more health than any other base you've ever faced. Alright, so what we're going to do is drop 3 boatloads this time. I'll go ahead and wait until they destroy these supplies. And I'm going to flare them up onto... Oh, that cannon beat us to the punch. Flare onto that mortar. And then we flare onto the headquarters. We lose 2 guys, it seems like. Don't need to actually smoke the whole way there, because there's only cannons really around. I'm just going to throw 1 shock down onto that boom cannon. And only thing that can really attack us... Oh no, I'm going to stop the other cannon as well. Don't really need to worry about too much over here with what's attacking you. I mean, there's those cannons there, yes, but the cannons only pick off 1 by 1, so they're not that bad against warriors. It's just they're annoying. Because I'm gonna see, such a bad habit now, because I always come back to my map on my base to go ahead and cook those warriors up, where now with the new update I can just do it in the archipelago layout map. Alright, so over here, headquarters has almost 200,000 health now. Got one shock launcher, which is right on the beach, which could get very annoying very, very quickly. That's definitely in a very annoying position, to say the least, but definitely hanging on the right hand side, and we'll just make it all the way up the map. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think, is flare onto this sniper tower, drop all my guys. That was not really all that good. Could have been much better because a lot of my guys are now really, really badly hurt. And we are going to be running over a mine or two. You know what? I'm going to just heal them up over here. Because why not? That level 21 medkit really, really helps you out with warriors as well. Right, throw a shock down. Only you really need to throw one down. There's a couple of flamethrowers and all. Or one flamethrower that's hurting us at the moment, and a cannon. So what I'd probably do is maybe even throw down 3 smokes maybe on the drop off. Because I mean, it's on an angle. It's on like on the very right hand corner, which does get very annoying when it comes to dropping your warriors. And then there's that shock blaster, or shock launcher, sorry, right on the beachhead, which makes everything 10 times worse than what it is. Alright, so over here, headquarters has, wow, that is quite a bit. What's that? This is only a Terror Stage 5 as well. So 160 plus 224,000 health brings it to 380,000 health. Wow. Wow. I'm just running the numbers in my head, but that's right. For a stage 5, that is very, very difficult. Is this the new... Yeah, it is the new cannon. It looks very beastly. I like the look. I like how it keeps the look of other cannons, but just looks much more beefier. Alright, so over here, what we're definitely going to do is clear out a little bit of these supplies right over here. So get these 3, and maybe we'll be able to get that mine. No, too far away. Alright, but what I'm going to do is drop all my warriors over here on the right hand side. Hopefully they'll come in together, and they'll end up getting this supply right on the top right. Then I'll flare over to the mortar. And then onto the headquarters. Anticipate where your warriors are going. And smoke there, like so. Okay, we've got 77 gunboat energy for me to play with. Oh, accidentally pressed the shock a little bit too quick. So I've got enough for 3 shocks, very comfortably at that. I'm going to throw one heal down. Get that shock launcher yet again, and throw the rest of my gunboat energy down. That's the way I'd go about doing it, because that way we get lots of gunboat energy to play around with, but very expensive stage at that. For stage 5, unusually difficult. I mean, in that stage we lost much more warriors than we did yesterday in stage 7, which was only 14. I think yesterday's stage was very, very easy though. Almost seems like there's a greater discrepancy between the stages in terms of difficulty almost. Between days. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to stage 6. We've got 160 plus 281,000 health on the headquarters. They're definitely making the most out of level 21. But what I'm going to do, I mean, there's 2 ways that you can go about doing this. Just go around the right hand side, and that'll be pretty easy, but I want to have as much gunboat energy as we possibly can, and look at all this free stuff around. Now, there is one rocket launcher, and that will come into range pretty quickly. There are a lot of shock launchers, but they all seem to be relatively close to the headquarters. There's one all the way down here, but that's not in range of the headquarters. So We'll need to do 1, 2 shocks, maybe like a third one onto this rocket launcher and cannon. But other than that, we should be very, very smoothly finishing this stage. So let's go attack. What I'm going to do first off though is just send in 1 artillery just into these 2. So that way we get a little bit of a gunboat energy surplus. What I'm going to do first off is just drop 1 boatload of warriors. And have a look at where they go. Okay, these guys are coming all the way down over here. So we'll lose 1, which is alright with me. Go drop the rest of our warriors. They'll go over to that flare point, which is alright. Go ahead and flare these guys over to the right, just so we miss everything that attacks us. I'll probably have to flare again up to the top. I will indeed. Which is okay with me. Okay, and all of our warriors are now starting to clump up. So, when there's no real strategy to doing this, just go ahead and read into what your warriors are doing. I mean, by the time you get into this stage of the game, you have a rough idea of what's going on anyway. Just going to go up to the left again, and that way all of our warriors should move over to that bunker, and indeed they do. I'm going to go ahead and flare, or smoke onto that crystal solution. And now, I'll smoke just above the headquarters. Oh, sorry, flare just above the headquarters. And then once they get near, flare onto the headquarters itself. I think we only lost 1 guy there as well. Got 88 gunboat energy to play around with. Now this is with no boosts to gunboat energy either. And get that rocket launcher and cannon. And we're all good. Go throw the rest of the heals down, which is a ridiculous amount of healing power. And chuck in a rocket artillery, sorry. Wow, those shock launchers definitely managed to stop everyone, but it seems like they were a low level anyway, so no real problems there. That was a very, very easy stage, to be honest. If you go around the left. I mean, you could go around the right, but you'd eat up your gunboat energy. I mean, I had more at the headquarters than I started off with, which is pretty cool. Alright, so let's go into... Alrighty, so onto stage 7, and this is more of a community service announcement more than anything. There is no hope of us actually beating this stage, so it's got 160 plus 358,000 health, and bringing it to over 500,000. I don't think I've ever seen that much health on a Dr. Terra. That's literally like a Colonel Gearhart. Wow. Anyways, I'm pretty sure Colonel Gearhart gets around that amount of health, about 600,000 maybe. But what we really have to worry about with warriors are all of these shock launchers. I've tried every way possible. I've tried destroying this shock launcher and then going onto the headquarters and shocking both of these shock launchers here on the side, just going straight up to the headquarters. I mean, using critters, using everything that I had at my disposal. But I managed to fail every single time. So this is the way I would go about doing it. At least, well, this is going to be very impromptu because I don't know how exactly I'm going to do this. But first things first is what I do is just shoot a barrage in over here. There's 5 defenses up around here. And let's see. Which way are we going to do this today? Okay. So what I'm going to do is just get rid of these 3 mines. Or these 4 mines, sorry, because there's one hidden behind the sniper tower. Now, how am I going to do this now? Okay, I think I've figured it out. So what I'm going to do is, let's drop all of our warriors out over here. Smoke up onto the machine guns. A couple of our guys go a little bit too far astray for my liking. Get rid of that mine there as well. And now onto the headquarters we go. That was pretty good. Lost like maybe 3 guys or so. So what I'm going to do is throw critters down here. And just get shocking on everything around. Throw a heal down. These critters are going to collect a little bit more gunboat energy for another heal. Here comes everything shocking. Hopefully it'll shock the critters, and indeed, well, it sort of does. Kind of miss everything that was happening with these warriors, but I mean, maybe if you have like 3 troop damage boosts going, I might have been able to do this. But look, 62 warriors with my statues, 27 troop damage, 13% troop damage, and then 22% health. I just don't see how that would have been possible, even if I boosted, even with more gunboat energy. That was a very, very difficult stage, and we've, of course, only got 1 attack. So, till next time, though, guys, I'll see you later, and hopefully you have done much better than me today in Dr. Terra.